Welcome back. We are covering 25 mistakes billionaires have made. The bigger the baller, the bigger the mistake. And number 8 is Mark Zuckerberg. But before we get going today on number 8, Mr. Facebook here, I want to encourage you to click the positive feedback mechanism on whatever platform you happen to be listening or watching this content on. Greatly appreciated. It encourages me, and it also lets the platform know that the content is valued and helps them distribute it to other like-minded folks like yourself. So thank you in advance for taking the time to do that. And best of all, it's free to do and doesn't take much time. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into number 8. And, I'm kind of torn on the application of Facebook itself. I've really kind of tried to limit myself and my interactions there. I'm on it, but I use it largely just as these days as a way to kind of distribute the content I'm developing here for Small Biz Shout Out, as well as my other channel, Free Advice from Your Uncle. If you haven't checked that one out, I encourage you to do that as well, that channel out. But again, I'm just kind of getting my fill of social media. I'm trying to move more towards analog as much as I can and just do things more analog. But that being said, I'm going to get off my soapbox here and not talk about Facebook or Mark Zuckerberg and all the bad things that there are with Facebook. The good things is it allows you to quickly interact with friends, if you will, and family members, and distribute content about the family. But anyway, the mistake that Mark Zuckerberg made is that he, back in about 2010, didn't have an app for the iPad, and was really still concentrating on the web at that point in time, right? And so, he said that basically the iPad was just another computer, and wasn't mobile, he said. And so, really, 2 years later, basically, they switched their whole focus and approach and really started concentrating more on mobile than just the web, right? And so he basically came forth and said, yeah, we should have had a broader view and understood that better. So even a guy like Mark Zuckerberg, as forward thinking as he and his company Facebook makes mistakes, right? And this was not a cheap mistake either. I think, losing 2 years on, being ahead of that curve there and adoption there probably would have, positively impacted him. And I think right now he's worth about 116 billion, I want to say. $116 billion. So again, lesson learned there. Even if you're worth $116 billion, you still make mistakes and don't get it right all the time. And that's the encouraging thing for all of us, right? Who are starting or in the midst and the throes of our small businesses here. We're all going to make mistakes, even a big baller like Mark Zuckerberg. So, just something to keep in mind. And again, I think you really need to examine and be forward thinking, in your approach before you just dismiss something, right? I think a lot of people right now who are not comfortable with just blockchain and crypto are doing the same things in terms of understanding what that impact is going to be to their business. And I have a whole series, a playlist on that as well in the playlist section about, how blockchain and crypto is going to impact small businesses as well in the future. So anyway, that's going to do it for this one. And again, before we get going, if you do me the awesome favor of, again, giving the positive feedback, on whatever platform you're listening or watching this on, that'd be greatly appreciated. And we will talk to you at the next video.